Hello, friends. Here we are at the final stop of our incredible journey through the Renaissance. What a ride it's been, full of art, science, revolutions, and of course, some truly dramatic personalities. But before we part ways, let's take a moment to reflect on the Renaissance's greatest gift, the foundation of the modern world. After all, the Renaissance wasn't just a chapter in history, it was the prologue to the world we live in today. Imagine the Renaissance as a spark. Before it, Europe was caught in a web of rigid traditions and unquestioned beliefs. But when this spark lit up, it ignited a fire of curiosity, questioning, and creativity. For the first time in centuries, people started wondering, what if there's more? What if we've been wrong? And friends, those questions changed everything. Think about science. Before the Renaissance, many believed the Earth sat motionless at the center of the universe. Along came Copernicus, who spun that idea on its head. And Galileo? He pointed a telescope at the stars and said, "Look for yourself." These weren't just discoveries, they were signs that the world had changed. The Renaissance taught us to trust observation and reason. Without that shift, there would be no modern science, no rockets flying to the moon, and no smartphones buzzing in our pockets. Then there's art. The Renaissance didn't just give us beautiful paintings, it gave us new ways to see the world. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo showed that art could explore human nature, emotions, and the mysteries of life itself. The Renaissance belief in human potential still echoes today in films, books, and music. The idea that creativity can change the world? That's pure Renaissance magic. And let's not forget the printing press, Gutenberg's masterpiece. This invention turned ideas into powerful tools, spreading knowledge far and wide. For the first time, books weren't just for the rich. Ideas about freedom, science, and progress could reach anyone. Without the printing press, there might have been no enlightenment, no revolutions, and no modern democracy. It's like the Renaissance whispered, "Share your thoughts," and the world listened. Speaking of democracy, the Renaissance also reshaped politics. Thinkers like Machiavelli explored power, leadership, and the human struggle for control. His bold ideas laid the groundwork for future discussions on governance, ethics, and individual rights. The Renaissance reminded us that power could be questioned and rulers could be held accountable, a lesson that would echo through history in revolutions and reformations. Philosophy, too, found new life. Humanism placed humanity at the center of the universe, focusing on potential, dignity, and reason. These ideas became the building blocks of modern philosophy and education. Every time we talk about human rights, freedom of thought, or personal growth, we're continuing a conversation that started in the Renaissance. But friends, perhaps the most beautiful legacy of the Renaissance is the spirit of curiosity it left behind. The Renaissance didn't answer all questions. Instead, it gave us the courage to keep asking. What is the meaning of life? How do we understand the universe? What does it mean to be human? These are questions we still wrestle with today. The Renaissance reminded us that knowledge is endless, and that's what makes life so fascinating. And so, as we drift toward the end of this journey together, it's clear that the Renaissance wasn't just a time of great change. It was a starting point, a foundation. The art, science, literature, and ideas of that period shaped the modern world, giving us the tools to dream bigger, think deeper, and explore further. But now comes the hardest part, saying goodbye. Or at least, goodbye for now. Because friends, while this may be the last episode of our Renaissance series, our curiosity doesn't end here. The stories of the past have a way of calling us back. There are still mysteries to uncover, lessons to learn, and new journeys to take. So let's part ways here with a promise. A promise to meet again, some other place, some other time. Because history never really ends. It waits quietly for curious minds like ours to return. And when we do, there will be new tales to tell, new wonders to explore, and new connections to make. Until then, keep asking questions, keep exploring. And remember, the spirit of the Renaissance lives on in each of us, every time we wonder, imagine, and dream of a better world.